Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to, if you put my money on it, probably one of the best places to watch a hockey game in all of North Iowa, the Mason City Arena, for an action-packed Saturday here on the ice. My name is Mitch Kieran. Glad to have you back on our web stream, streaming live for free all season long on YouTube at the Mohawk Hockey Network. So if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the MHN. Share, spread the word that we'll be bringing you every home and away game for the Mohawks this 2025-26 season. We're just about set to drop the puck at center ice for Mason City hosting Quad Cities for the home opener. Mason City's JV off to a very solid start last weekend behind strong goaltending from Jocelyn Endelman. At a shootout win as she is once again retaking the pipes this afternoon, helping the Mohawks get off to a 1-1 start last weekend. And also give credit to the strong goaltending as Alex Cervantes makes a nice play on the long side at the varsity level. Jacob Barr, we'll have more on that later, as Cervantes already with a great setup, going for a one-timer across the ice with Carson Asby. A lot of these players we'll see in both games today. Obviously, Cervantes, a returning key player, putting up 9 points as a sophomore. Carson Asby making his presence felt at the varsity level as well with 2 assists in Sunday's win over Kansas City 6-4. Nolan Hurd with a nice shot on net, but saved at 14:09. 3 15-minute periods for the JV game and 3:17 for the varsity game following this one. Slated for a puck drop at about 2:30, and I believe we got the North Iowa Bulls taking center stage later tonight. So if you're around the River City, it's a great Saturday afternoon to stop by the rink. Loose puck in Quad City zone. They're coached by Joe Daubelair, Isaiah Conrad, Drew Otten, Nicholas White, and John Gray. A loose puck in the neutral zone after Nolan Hurd. Another nice defensive play. Gavin Cardona trying to give chase, but good back checking by the Blues. They'll try to get it out of their own defensive zone here. And Mason City's varsity also led by strong goaltending by Jacob Barr, as well as one of the 3 stars of Week 1, Aiden Hintermeister with 4 points, leading the Mohawks to a 2-0 record. But not to just give credit to just those 2 players. It was really an all-out team effort in 2 very good games against the Kansas City Jets. 7 times league champions here in the Midwest High School Hockey League. But the Mohawks, no problem executing, playing tough defense to pair with strong goaltending and also having some new kids step up and take some points was very exciting to see, as a one-timer from Asby over to Endelman and misses the mark. So the Mohawks 2-0 at the varsity level entering this season, a 6-4 and 4-2 victory last week over Kansas City. So some very exciting stuff for a young team under first-year head coach Jake Sorensen. But not to say that's too foreign, obviously, as he's been around the program, a former All-Star on the defense, and a very vocal and encouraging leader. Even in the JV game, you could see him 1 foot up on the bench, and he is still into this one as well. There's a nice shot sent in from deep for Alex Cervantes. Off the trapper of the Quad City netliner. Loose puck going to the corner. Cardona will try to recenter it. Endelman right there to take the pass. Not quite a shot yet, as a one-timer sent back towards Raiden Kunst. Just misses. Now here come the Blues. A loose puck getting tipped up by Hurd. Already a great start for his defense, and now he's going to bring it across the blue line himself. Hurd with a backhanded shot towards the net. Just goes wide. Pierce there for the rebound. Still scoreless at 12:40 to go here in the first period. For Mason City's home opener on this weekend. This will be the only slate of games this week for the Mohawks. We will welcome the Blues back on the ice later this season, but the Blues coming off a pair of tough losses against defending national champion Waterloo Warriors. Loose puck will slide and get frozen at 12:15. Mason City trying to apply some early pressure, already getting 2 shots on net and not giving Endelman on the other side of the ice too much to worry about just yet. Puck drops, and it's going to go to the Blues. Trying to give chase towards that one, William Arney. Got it hit towards him right off the draw. Cervantes from the point. Looking to pass off towards Endelman. Pass goes wide, but they got Jude Sorensen sending in a shot. Good job holding the line by him. And a loose puck back to center ice, but great back checking by Cervantes and Sorensen. Endelman just rolls through a defender, but back and forth we go. Now going to the other side. We got Cervantes coming back from Mason City. What a crossover. Quick shot snapped on net just off the leg pad there. Cardona will bank this one off the boards. Got to be retaken by the Blues, and a lot of player names not matching to the numbers on their sweaters. Rebound taken to the offensive zone. They're going to pass this one back to the points. And a big hit from Cardona jars the puck loose. Endelman coming back the other way. Jordan Endelman, quick shot on net just wide of the pipe. And a nice shot taken by Jordan Endelman. Had himself a very nice goal in the JV opener against Kansas City. Seeing him step up at the JV level this year when both he and Jocelyn had their first years in 2024 as a member of the Mohawks, coming all the way over from Waverly Shell Rock. Right off the draw, going to the Blues. The Mohawks get it right back. Cardona bringing it around the boards. And a big check that time by Jacob Cervantes as they fight for the puck along the boards still. It gets kicked back the other way. Nice little crossover. And here comes the Blues. Waiting for it in front of the net. There's a shot in the direction of Ethan Hunt. Endelman just snags it out of the air at 10:25. A nice save. Might not have been on net, but she does a good job stopping the momentum. As Quad City not quite set on the attack in this one just yet. Face-off goes back to Mason City. And a loose puck sent back in. Cervantes absorbs a big hit. Endelman right there to take up the loose puck. Pass across the ice. Carson Asby, he makes a nice step on his man. He's got 5 defensemen all in front of him. Taking away just about every passing lane. Tries to go for a shot, but the pressure too much. As it's hit back towards the net, Sorensen maybe just sending it to the corner. Trying to chip it out with Hunt. Sent back, Endelman giving chase. Now he's got an open look, trying to go back to Kinnick Peterson. And too much touch on that pass as he just races past him. 9:30 to go in the first period. Still waiting for our first score in this one. Great hustle by Alex Cervantes. Doing a figure 8 down on the ice from one end to the other. Spins around, trying to look for an open pass. 2 defensemen behind him. Nice little move of the stick by Cervantes. There's a pass across towards Asby. Shot on net. Recovered by Quad Cities, but Endelman with a nice steal to keep it in the zone. There's a long shot from Sorensen. Save made at 9:01. So Mason City relied on their toughness and defensive prowess, as once again mentioning, credited to the pairing of strong goaltending last weekend to take 3 of the 4 games between JV and varsity against a fast, aggressive Kansas City team. But now Mason City finds themselves on the offensive here today And what another nice play by Nolan Hurd. Seeing a lot of great things from him out of the gate, as defensively he takes away that pass. A forward force too far along the board, so you know he's going to be thinking one-timer, takes it away. Poke check on that puck as the Blues fail to get another shot on net on an offensive outbreak. That time Cardona trying to just find a quick opening, but a nice save at 8:22. Quad Cities gets the face-off here. Nearing the halfway point through period number 1. Cervantes holding the line. Slapping it back. Peterson with a crossover. So lots of new players already making a quick impact that we haven't seen from last year. Nolan Hurd. Endelman takes a big shot at the point as he sends a shot in. Endelman taking some nice steps after the opening weekend. Kennick Peterson also seeing some good things from him as well. A sophomore 6-foot forward from Mason City. Nolan Hurd, Gavin Cardona. We also see a returning goaltender and number 35, Jarrett Cervantes, a sophomore from Mason City. Played a lot of minutes at the JV level last year, but it's just tough when you got 2 goaltenders at the senior class as well in Endelman and Barr. Both very solid junior campaigns and both with equal time at varsity and JV. And it's very exciting to see them make the saves that they did. I'm pretty sure Endelman pushing nearly 100 saves against Kansas City a week ago. And Jacob Barr, some of the most impressive numbers to his start between 2 games in net. Icing called at 7:07 left in the first period. Still scoreless in our opening contest. Blues get the face-off here. Back behind the net. Hurd waiting for the puck, trying to center that one. That time wanted to go towards Cade Ames. It gets kicked away, and now here come the Blues. With it, Ethan Hunt. Going back behind the net. This one's going to go to Hayden Place. Puck gets tipped. Now off the boards as it goes past center ice. Puck's going to be sent all the way back, not deflected. It's going to be Brady Milifchik waving, but actually icing waved off on that one. And good hustle by both of these teams as the Blues got a chance on the doorstep. A shot sent in off a body. And Milifchik almost with a crossover by Endelman. He'll take the strings of his skates with him. But no harm, no foul that time as a loose puck winds up just outside the crease. Taken back out by Peterson. The Blues keep it as good use of the body by Kunst. Gives a shove and takes away. An open look on the crease. Asby with another nice hit. And Jordan Endelman waiting for it at center ice. That'll get a nice line change, and right off of that, a pass back across the ice towards Garrett Williamson. And Mason City going back on the rush here. Loose puck rung around the boards. Williamson there. Back towards Endelman. A long shot by Sorensen. Endelman will send it back in, and a nice save made there to stop the clock at 5:14. Mohawks still battling for the draw here. Cervantes sends in a shot. The puck just gets knocked down. Racing in, Kennedy Pierce going for the rebound. But another nice save by the netliner at 5:05. Another loose puck, just sliding into the crease. Pierce right there, but can't get the twig extended. It's Mason City continuing to apply some pressure here, trying to break the scoreless tie. Quad Cities gets the draw here. Now Alex Cervantes once again redirecting a shot, just getting a piece of the shoulder. Another shot, still on the loose puck, going for a rebound as pushing back and forth, finally able to freeze it. Quad Cities trying to clear it out of their zone. And now here they go with a lucky tip at the neutral zone. They got three skaters racing forward. But a nice poke check by Cervantes. Now Chavez will track it down past center ice. Asby, good stick lift that time, and Kinnick Peterson with a check, and that'll jar the puck loose. Peterson with a shot on net. Goes blocker side, able to cradle it for another save at 4:06. Mason City out shooting Quad Cities 11-1. Just about 11 minutes into the first period. Mason City gets the draw. Jacob Cervantes going back behind the net, trying to get in a couple of nice passes, and the Blues are moving north. Good defensive work by Kunst and Ames. Moving it back to the neutral zone, but the Blues recover. Going for a nice one-timer, deflected by his own teammate. Not sure he meant to do that, just in the way. Caden Ames trying to tip it forward for the Mohawks. A line change with the puck right in front of the bench. Just about 3 minutes left here in the first. Ames will just send that one on net. Couldn't get much of anything set up, and another line change for Mason City. Good work by Kinnick Peterson on the draw. And still a fight for the puck along the boards. Sorensen will bank this one to get it deeper. Waiting for it. Endelman from the corner trying to chip it out. Kinnick Peterson comes away with the puck, going back to Cervantes. Alex Cervantes getting a shot on net. Endelman racing in front, trying to get a deflection. Mason City still looking for an open shot. Great movement from Cervantes. Just misses on the shot on the doorstep. Cervantes still with the puck as he continues to dance with it. Great movement by Alex Cervantes. Now he'll pass this one off to Jordan Endelman, moving nicely, but he takes a check. And the puck goes loose out of the zone for Mason City. Puck goes off the boards, and Carson Asby racing up the ice. Here comes Asby. Shot and a score! Carson Asby makes it finally a 1-0 hockey game. Very nice shot by Carson Asby as Quad City's trying to answer. Endelman only just gets a piece of it. But so many times that's Mason City playing into their game, going for those fast breaks, trying to get it tougher on the goalies. And it just flipped the rink. That time Carson Asby got the tip with a poke check. And then showing off the hustle once again. A great play and almost untouchable as the goaltender. You can't really blame him for that one. Down to our final minute here in the first. Mason City with the first lead here in our JV opener. Puck goes loose. Quad City's nearly answering with the equalizer after the draw at center ice. There's great movement. I believe that was number 8, Jackson Yoder. At the point, Endelman gets a turnover. 3 defensemen back checking. Will take away an open look from Endelman. Now Quad City's once again with the puck. Mason City just swarming him from all different sides. Will get it loose back behind the net, tip back towards Endelman. Not sure if they got enough time to get another shot. They almost turn it over in their defensive zone, and time will expire here from the River City. It's your Mason City Mohawks on top of the Quad Cities Blues, 1-0 after our first 15-minute period here on the MHN. Just a quick 2-minute first intermission here in the JV game, and we're back to action for the start of the second period. Jocelyn Endelman enjoying an easy breezy first period as compared to what action she saw against Kansas City. A 48 save performance on Saturday. 51 she had to make in a 6-0 defeat on Sunday, but already just 3 shots on net in the first, and Mason City with 13 to outshoot the Blues as they enter the second with a 1-0 lead. But there's a great setup that time, a shot from the point. Number 7 just camped right in front of the crease, going for a deflection, just going wide. And a shot wide of the target. Kinnick Peterson nearly caught it. And we got the net knocked off the peg that time at 14-15. To stop the Blues attack momentarily with a face-off coming up. Shot set wide by the Blues. On the other end, we got to either have Brady Milifchik or Brady Vickers in net. Brendan Orr. I'm seeing all the action at the varsity level thus far. Puck gets cleared by Quad Cities. Jocelyn's arm shoots up for icing. And that's the call here at 13:42. Face off in the blue zone. Kinnick Peterson trying to go for the puck, trying to hit it back in the direction of the net. Just gets taken away. Going around the boards, Asby doing a good job keeping it in play as he struck first in this one. Assists going to Jude Sorensen and Alex Cervantes. So those 3 with points so far in this one. A shot blocked by Endelman, and Cervantes recovers, gives a nice check. And clean contact as Jordan Endelman will bring it across the blue line. Sent in sharply from the point. And a nice save made at 13:05. Good fight for the puck for the Blues. Doing a good job taking out of Mason City's side, but not without icing. As Mason City trying to orchestrate another scoring chance here at 12:51 in the second. Mohawks get the face off. Sorensen sends it in. Through some legs and wide of the net. Mason City trying to cross back over the blue line. A nice poke check that time. Carson Asby tips it up, sent in deep by Endelman. Sorensen holds the line. We'll send it back behind the net. Endelman closing the gap. Puck goes loose for Cervantes, just wide of the pipes. Jude Sorensen will ring it back around. Another long shot by Sorensen from one knee goes off the skate of his teammate Peterson. Kinnick Peterson on the doorstep going for the steal and score, but just couldn't get the puck. Cervantes banking it off the glass, then slapped forward by Asby. Mason City going for a line change, and here come the Blues. Nice shot, glove side. Snagged by Endelman. Jacob Cervantes giving chase on the other side as a puck goes loose into the Quad City zone, but now they'll bring it back south. Endelman with a punch of the blocker. Mason City finding themselves more on the defensive here in the second. But no problems as from close range, a couple of quick wrist shots on net. See Pierce and Kunston, good positioning that time to take away some open looks, but the Blues are still on the attack here. Cervantes gets in front of a one-time opportunity, blocking a pass, a shot sent wide, and Cardona gets a piece of it. And now another shot on net, finally stopped by Endelman to freeze it at 10:36. As the Blues are finally putting her to work. Shot after shot, and they're closing the shots on goal margin by 4 now. So still a 1-0 hockey game, 10:30 to go in the second. Puck will get cleared by Mason City. Jordan Endelman with a stick lift. He's got a chance on the doorstep, and what a save. It's number 24. Extends the trapper outside the blue paint. That's a tough play with Jordan Endelman right off the steal, racing up the ice. Just one quick flick of the wrist, one different way. It could have been a 2-0 hockey game, but not for that nice save. Endelman tracks down the loose puck as it goes rifling into the Mohawk home bench. Stopping play once again. Still a battle for the puck on the face-off. Cervantes with the right idea, trying to slide that one across towards Caden Ames. But still pinned up against the boards here in the corner. Ames will slide it across. Cardona there. Back across towards Sorensen. Right idea with a long shot. Goes off the shin guards of the Blues defender. Trying to dig it out. Cardona gets a piece of a loose puck, and Jordan Endelman, a huge hit behind the net. Clean contact as no call. We're finally going to see a little physicality coming into this one. Mason City gets the puck at their own zone here. Nice move by Cervantes. And very agile skating with the puck here today. Making nice dekes, but he gets that one pickpocketed in the neutral zone. Kiddick Peterson absorbs a hit, and the puck comes loose. Sent in on net, kicked away by Endelman. Nearly halfway through the second here. Puck sliding away. Mohawks trying to take advantage of it in the Quad City zone. Peterson with a check. Puck slides across from corner to corner. And going loose to the neutral zone, Carson Asby. Good back checking that time. Asby banks this one off the glass. Endelman waiting for it. Another look, this time for Jordan Endelman, trying to go blocker side. Down low, and it just gets kicked away at the last second. Now a nice opportunity for the Blues. Off a long pass. And a shot just goes high. Blues trying to get a shot on net. They send it across. Jackson Yoder almost with a rebound opportunity. But too hot on the shot. Asby will bring it across and then leave it there in the corner and slide back to the bench. So really want to get a line change out there. Kennedy Pierce with good effort in front of the Quad Cities bench. Pinning that puck deep, now trying to kick it out. Nolan Hurd tips it up. Jacob Cervantes with a pass up the ice towards Cardona. Leads him nicely along the right boards, back behind the net. Trying to go towards Kennedy Pierce. With a Jordan Endelman, that shot off the target. Nice job by Endelman using the stick to get that puck loose, but he's going to collide with that player, bringing it over. And Alex Cervantes going coast to coast. Gets held up along the far boards and takes a tumble that time. As they're trading blows, and Endelman, actually that's Cervantes that time. The nice hit into the boards. The Blues still come away with the puck. A shot just wide. Endelman didn't need to reach for that one, and Williamson with a nice hit now. Mason City playing tough defense here in the second period. That's been the story so far. As in this period alone, 9 shots on target for Quad Cities, just 3 for Mason City. So now the pressure's turned a little bit, but the score remains 1-0. Less than 5 minutes to go here in the second. Clock ticking down towards 4:45. Mohawks, great performance on the draw that time. They'll bring it all the way to the north end of the ring. Caden Ames trying to slap that one towards the slot. Gets cleared, and easy icing call at 4:27. Mason City leading the JV game 1-0. Don't forget, we'll get a new webcast streaming live on the Mohawk Hockey Network following the conclusion of this one. If you haven't yet, be sure to hit subscribe and share the word about your new home for streaming Mason City high school hockey, both JV and varsity, home and away. Quad City's trying to bring it out of their zone. Ames got to be careful. Nearly looked like hooking that time, trying to slap the puck loose as a shot gets deflected. Up and out of play. That one sent in by Ethan Hunt. So I believe an issue with the new jerseys for Quad Cities forced them to wear the practice black and white sweaters here, and I'm not sure how many of these numbers are aligning with the player they're associated with on the league website. And here's a great play by Garrett Williamson on the defense, sending a shot in, still a loose puck. Give a lot of credit to number 72 with the steal and nearly taking that one back the other way for a score. Garrett Williamson, I believe, with a broken ankle injury in the football season. Nice to see him making some nice plays on the ice for Mason City. Jude Sorensen sends this one back as the puck left dormant on the blue line. Sorensen gets it again. Long shot, just wide. Kenneth Peterson waiting for it on the other side. Puck gets pinned against the boards. He's got 3 defenders closing in. And the Blues are just going to escape with it. Mason City doing a good job getting back to the neutral zone. Quad Cities can't clear it, but they will freeze it with 2:50 to go here in period number 2. Cardona will try to get the face-off with Mason City. Trying to hit it towards Pierce on the wing. Quad City's trying to pass their way out of the zone. And they finally will. Jackson Yoder on the left side. Loses the puck. And Kennedy Pierce, good job back checking in. Hitting this one back to the north end. Jude Sorensen doing a good job with the stick, extending it against the boards and getting a steal at the blue line. Little spin maneuver that time. The Blues are going back on the attack. Gavin Cardona with a shove, and the puck will come loose. Whistle blown at 2:06. As looks like we got a delayed penalty, actually. I didn't see the arm shoot up, but it's being charged against number 96, Peyton Chavez. 2-minute minor for interference that time. 2:06 to go here in the second. And the penalty kill unit will play the most of this second period here for the Mohawks. But that's just the first penalty called in this one. 28 minutes into the contest. Asby will go for the face-off for Mason City. Puck goes loose and the Blues will corral it. Nice pass that time. Getting in closer and just getting down to the butterfly. Endelman kicks that one away. Quad City's great passing here. Looking for an opening, but Mason City not giving them much so far. Kenneth Peterson loses his skates, trying to go wrap around for a steal, and off the rebound, it's a score for Quad Cities at 1:39. That goal scored by number 7 of the black and blue. And I think we'll finally put a name to that one with the announcement coming up here. I believe that goal for number 7 belongs to Gavin Karstens, a sophomore out of Pleasant Valley. And the assist going to number 1, Jackson Morales. As Quad Cities with a very nice play in the power play to even this one up at 1 apiece. Less than a minute to go here in period number 2. Puck goes loose back to Jacob Cervantes, skating back and forth, but keeps the puck moving north. So a nice play from Quad Cities. It knotted up even 1-1. Tried to send it to the slot where Cade Name's waiting for the puck. Quad Cities takes it through the neutral zone. They'll send it in. And good job by the Mason City defense. Jumping in front of it this time. Quad Cities still keeping it on the attack, down to 5 seconds. They're saying, get a shot off. Time is not on your side. Endelman with a nice save, nearly a deflection going top shelf. But she just gets a piece of it and knocks it down with just 2 ticks left on the clock. Quad City's going to have to try to get a shot off the face-off here. Very quick, they clear it, but out of reach, and time will expire here for the second period. And a much-deserved break for both these teams entering the second intermission, and we'll get Zamboni back out to cut up the ice, and we'll step aside. It's a 1-1 hockey game from the River City. Welcome back to the Mason City Arena, folks. We are just about set for the third and final period of action here in the junior varsity contest between Mason City and Quad Cities. And really been a battle of two periods. Mason City winning that first one with a goal from Carson Asby, assist going to Jude Sorensen and Alex Cervantes. Shots on goal tally was 13-3 after the first 15 minutes. Then Quad Cities taking over in the second, as it felt like they were able to possess the puck much more than the Mohawks, playing their game of hockey here on the road. As the shots on goal margin now switch from 13-4 in favor of the Blues, and their goal credited to Gavin Karstens. Assists going to Jackson Morales to tie it up here. You see just about every skater on the ice getting stretched out here for 15 more minutes of tough hockey action in the Midwest High School Hockey League. Been a solid game for Jocelyn Endelman in net so far. 16 saves on 17 shots. But she saw a lot more action there in the second period. Who could forget her week one performance? 48 saves and a perfect 3-for-3 in the shootout in a Saturday victory over Kansas City. That was last Saturday, October the 25th, following up with over 50 saves in a Sunday defeat to the Jets. 6-0, 5 of those goals let in by Endelman, but the amount of shots on net from a Jets team skating fast, skating hard, and wanting to rectify and get back to even on the weekend 1-1. They did just that, but not with about 60 shots against Jocelyn Endelman. So really, you look at the numbers, both Barr and Endelman over 90% of save percentages. That's going to do you some favors down the stretch in some of these games. And we're going to see finally how the Mohawks answer. Alex Cervantes rifling a shot off the rebound, and unfortunately, it goes right into his teammate, Jordan Endelman, and that looked like it probably hurt a little bit. Endelman going to skate back to the bench as Cervantes going for a clapper on an open puck. And the Mohawks now trying to get back down the ice on the other side, playing the defense, as the Blues capitalize on the unopportune shot. Good job by Cervantes. Giving a little shove, jarring that puck loose, and he'll try to bring it out for the Mohawks. Skates it forward. He takes a big hit, but Asby waiting for it in the neutral zone. He'll send it across. Jacob Cervantes skating to the puck behind the net. Now Asby with the goal already for Mason City. Trying to tip it forward. Mason City trying to get some fresh skaters on the ice. Loose puck along the near boards. Cardona trying to tip it back to Sorensen. And the Blues are going to carry it across. Here they come. From the glove side, Alex Cervantes. That's going to be, looks like interference as the arm shoots up. They go for the one-timer. Great back checking for Mason City, but a clear as day interference call, as obviously the shot gets taken away. Now they go for the pass, and the intended target flattened out on the ice. And for the second time in this one, Quad Cities is going to go on the power play, and that's when they already capitalized for their first goal, was with the man advantage. So now Mason City really got to step it up here with their penalty kill unit. And they don't want to let Quad Cities get too comfortable. It was really the passing that set up an open look. Bringing it forward, trying to go one-timer across. Cardona slaps it forward. Gavin Cardona racing up the ice shorthanded. We see three defenders in front of him back checking to take away a pass. And the puck past center ice. It's Karstens with the goal for the Blues already. Sorensen trying to ring it around the boards. It gets rebounded by Quad Cities. Back to the point, trying to get it closer to the left side. Trying to go one-timer, open net, and it goes off the side of the net. Bar gets kicked off as the Blues trying to make a little magic happen behind the net. Trying to lift that puck up behind Endelman. And too much duress in front of the net knocks it loose at 12:24. Off the face-off, it goes to the Blues. Looking for an opening from up top. Nothing there, and a pass goes wide. And Quad City's got to reset now. Bringing it across is Karstens. All the way from the right side. Looking for an open pass. A shot from up top, and nothing there. Now from the right side, net comes off. The net was basically parallel to the shot that time. It found the net. But they're obviously going to wave that one off at 11:46. An exchange of words down there on the ice. As obviously only half of the players can be happy with that call. The Blues wanted a score. Mohawks wanted no goal, and that is the call regardless. And we're going to get a face-off to the left side of Endelman here. The Blues still on the attack. Quad City's coach just wanting an explanation, and action will resume here at 11:45. Quad Cities get the face-off. They try to kick it back, and it goes all the way loose through the neutral zone. As Mason City's penalty kill unit winds the clock down all the way to 15 seconds. And they'll hit it back for good measure with a line change. Now coming onto the ice, the seconds winding down, but the Blues are still going to try to set themselves up offensively. But they will at least answer on this power play. Still a 1-1 hockey game. Mason City now back to full strength. Puck banks off the boards. And icing call with 11 minutes to go in the contest. We've already entered one overtime period at the JV level last Saturday, and we just went right into a shootout where it was Kinnick Peterson scoring the goal on Kansas City and Jocelyn Endelman making a perfect 3-for-3 saves on the other side to give Mason City JV their lone win of the season so far. But this is just the third game, and now they're trying to get back above 500. Nice hit for Endelman at the point. And another for Cervantes behind the net. Mason City going to try to take their time, trying to pass their way out of this one. And a sharp pass sent by Cervantes across the ice, and Williamson's will go unattended and slide for icing at 10:33. Off the draw, the puck gets kicked to the corner. Both sides just fighting to scrape it out. A shot from deep, off a body in the way. It's Cardona. He'll bring it across for Mason City. Nice skating by Cardona. He'll send it back behind the red line and trying to tip it back out for Caden Ames. But intercepted by Brady Vickers in net. And it hasn't been too bad of a game for Vickers as well. 17 saves on 18 shots. But Mason City will get a face-off in the south end. But they lose the draw. Would have been a good time to break the tie once more. Kuntz trying to use the stick, and a one-timer sent across the ice. It goes wide. That would have been quite the setup for Karstens, rather. From the high slot, a shot gets sent in. Endelman extends the leg out and kicks it loose. Going back around the net. Poked back up by Cardona, redirected by Cervantes, and Mason City gets it past center ice. But a good opportunity here. There's a shot. Endelman gets a piece of it. Couldn't quite see it. It's still a loose puck. On the rebound, the net finally comes loose. Endelman goes flying into the bar. And a scary situation for the Mohawk defense and Endelman to be in at 9:08. Still a 1-1 hockey game, just about 9 minutes and 8 seconds left in regulation. It's been a close game so far between both these teams. You'd have to think next goal could potentially be the deciding factor. It's just back and forth. Loose puck past center ice. Cervantes sends it back. Vickers will keep it alive at 8:30. Nice little crossover that time. Great stick handling by number 14 for Quad Cities. Moves the puck all the way past the nets. And nobody home. Jordan Endelman will pick up the loose puck. Rifles a shot back behind the boards. Endelman with a nice check. Cervantes with a long shot. We got a delayed penalty. And right after the whistle, still see some contact along the boards that time. And the penalty is going to be against Mason City, roughing on Jordan Endelman. So we've seen a lot of contact in this one, and finally, it feels like that time it's going to pay against Mason City, roughing a 2-minute minor at 7:57. Quad City's 1 for 2 on the power play. This is their third man advantage opportunity. They initially get the face-off, and they got numbers swarming to the puck. Looking for an open pass. Cardona tries to reach in with the stick. They get it closer, back to the corner, and now sent back to the point. A long shot going for the redirect by Yoder, and it just misses. From the corner, off a poke check, trying to go to the slot. Nobody home, and it slides free. The Blues clear it on themselves. 40 seconds into the power play. Karstens will bring it over the blue line. He'll just tip it back. Trying to go back across, intercepted by Asby, but still in the Mason City zone. Couldn't clear it. Now from the high slot, there's a nice shot. Too much traffic in the way. halfway through the man advantage. There's a nice shot up above the crossbar. Quad Cities still on the attack here. Nice pass, but goes unattended. Karsten's with it from the left side. Kick save by Endelman. Quad Cities now out shooting Mason City 23-18. Hurd with a poke check, loses his stick. Quad City still with firm possession of that puck. Nice passing. Karsten's long shot. Endelman, what a save. She makes the save and freezes the puck at 6:10. The net still comes off. Down to 13 seconds. Mason City's penalty kill unit nearly doing the job. They just got to hold off for 13 more seconds or they go back to full strength, and let's see if they can flip the rink then. Cardona going for the faceoff. And a test of strength. It'll stay with the Blues as it slides back to the point. Trying to get it closer, trying to set up another score. Cervantes trying to keep it moving forward in transition. But the Mohawks get back to full strength. It's 5-on-5, but the Blues still on the attack. Cade Names with a nice play. It'll be icing at 5:43. But not a bad time to halt the Blues' momentum with a puck. Off the face-off, Quad Cities has a chance here. As a long shot slid in on the ice. Endelman with a good job making the save. 5.5 minutes to go here in the third. Mason City gets the face-off. Trying to keep it moving, Carson Asby kicks the puck free. And what a great chance here. Asby trying to set up Endelman from the left side. Sends a shot in, but just saved by Vickers. They send it back. Here's a one-timer, a shot from Endelman. Vickers gets in front of it, still a loose puck, and finally the save is made. And lots of pushing and shoving in front of the net. Well after the whistle. Kinnick Peterson had a one-time opportunity as he slid it towards Endelman. Vickers makes a great save, and then just a fight for the loose puck. Vickers finally gets the trapper down on it, and play did not stop there at the whistle. And unfortunately, we're going to have two penalties on either side. So a pair of 5-minute major penalties looks like the call. It's still going to be 5-on-5 hockey. Just an unfortunate break here down the end. It's only saying 2 minutes for Quad Cities. Shot sent in off a body in the slot. And Quad Cities will take it out of their zone. They come racing up the ice, trying to pop it in front of the net of Endelman, but nobody there to finish the play. So both teams still battling 5-on-5. trying to get the potential game-winning goal and break a 1-1 tie. Of course, it'll still be an interesting contest if it does go to a shootout. Mason City already the victor in one of those last Saturday, the 25th. Kennedy Pierce takes a huge hit into the boards. No penalty called. Cervantes flying back across the ice to give another board check. There's a hit to Cardona. And he's waiting there at center ice, trying to tip it forward. The Blues keep the puck moving north. And it's going to be a tough finish for either of these teams. They poke it forward for Caden Ames, and he'll bring it across for the Mohawks. Can't quite get a shot off. There's another big hit, this time courtesy of Williamson. Now Quad Cities on the attack. 2-for-1 saves, Jocelyn Endelman. Kicks it to her right. And waiting for the rebound. Still a live puck, but a great effort for Endelman for saves number 25 and 26. Caden Ames absorbs a puck and trades a hit. Down to 2:45, Quad Cities still trying to play with the puck. Mason City doing a great job defending, but the Blues are dishing out. There's a close shot, slapped away by Endelman, up high off the glass. Yoder with a shot. Kennick Peterson gets the stick down to block it. Puck nearly gets cleared and sent through the high slot from the point. Endelman cradles it. What a save, and overall, what a performance the past 2 minutes for number 50. Quad Cities racking up the shots on goal to 29. Only managing to get one of those past Endelman so far. Face-off will go to Quad Cities. They'll pass it back and forth in front of the blue line. Going for a deflection. It just goes over the crossbar. They'll cross over in front of the red line, trying to center it. Cervantes gets the stick down to redirect it. Pierce with tight defense. Now Quad Cities gets a shot off a loose puck, goes wide. Big hit from Cardona. Jacob Cervantes gets the puck moving to the side. Cervantes gets it over across the blue line. Now Cardona trying to cross over, just gets taken away. And a delayed call. This one looks like it's going against the Mohawks once again. And a 2-minute minor tripping at 1:24. This one charged to Alex Cervantes, his second penalty of the contest. So this is not the time to be taking penalties for Mason City. We only got a minute 24 left on the clock in the 2-minute minor for Alex Cervantes. And the Blues will close this one out 5-on-4. The one penalty on Quad City so far, and it was a coinciding 5-minute major for both sides for roughing. Timeout taken as both squads return to their benches. Down to this final stretch, Quad Cities with no time like the present, and this is their 4th power play of the afternoon. And they They've capitalized on one of the first three. Mohawks going to have to try to step up here with the penalty kill once more. Play the defense, try to clear the puck, but also if you have as good enough of a shorthanded opportunity, why not take it? Passing around the arc for Quad Cities. Just back and forth. Now Yoder from the right side just dancing with it. Might have a little bit of an opening here. Skates closer. Now back to the point. Over to the left side now. Quad Cities taking their time. A loose net on the glove side of Endelman. The puck's still loose. They go to the point. Here's a shot. Nice job with the glove that time. Endelman catches it out of thin air. Stop of the clock at 43 seconds. The Blues taking their time meticulously, just 41 seconds into the power play, but a nice shot taken. Yoder will close the gap on a loose puck on the far side. Now they go to Yoder once again. Just couldn't quite get the stick down. They got a one-timer now on the other side. I think Yoder might have had an open shot just a moment ago. Let's see if they go back that way. Here's Yoder, up over the crossbar. Down to 15 seconds. Blues are going to have to reset or else they got offsides. Mason City sends it deep. Carson Asby racing, great hustle. And forechecking on that puck, but just can't get the shot off, and time will expire. In regulation, we are tied up 1-1. And I think we're heading for a shootout. So it's going to be Jocelyn Endelman and Brady Vickers. Duking it out against the skaters for Mason City and Quad Cities. We've already seen some great performances out of Endelman in the shootout. Who could forget the night of the I-35 Cup against Ames last year? 10 rounds of shootout shots. She only let in one. And a couple of scores from Quentin Peterson, as well as the game clincher from Jordan Endelman. I believe it's going to be Quad Cities first, taking the shot against Endelman. Number 31 for Quad Cities. Going first. And here we go. Coming in from the right side, glove side of Endelman. Nice skating, and that is going to count for a goal. Endelman going toe-to-toe, but ending up bottomed out, going up against the pipe, but the puck goes over her and into the net. And Quad Cities with an advantage here. Mason City to take their first shot with Kinnick Peterson. Peterson trying to go blocker side from the slot, but just wide of the net. And Mason City misses their first shot here of the shootout. Quad Cities trying to go 2 for 2 here. It's going to be number 7, Gavin Karstens. Now up for the Blues. The one goal in regulation from Quad Cities belonging to him. Karstens will be going back glove side. Now going center on Endelman, and she knocks it down. Nice save. Mason City will send out Carson Asby. He's been buzzing up and down the ice so far in this one. 2 assists at the varsity level. Got to only imagine he's going to get time in our next contest following this one. Asby coming in blocker side on Vickers, looking for an opening, and he snipes it glove side. Good on the second shot for the Mohawks, courtesy of Carson Asby. Got to respect the patience. Asby just going for the sniper. And he finds an opening, burying the puck on a crisp wrist shot. Quad City's turn once again. I believe this Jackson Yoder skating back and forth using the puck, and Endelman pins it down against the ice with the leg pad. So through the first 3 shots, Quad Cities gets the first. 1 for 3 now. Mason City 1 for 2. They could win it here, and it's up to Nolan Hurd. Nolan Hurd coming up the center of the ice, now going blocker side, gets a shot and a score! Mason City with their second shootout win at the JV level this season to get to 2-1. And what a shootout performance for Mason City. Jocelyn Endelman with her back against the wall, making the first shot on a goal, then making the next 2 on saves. And Carson Asby and Nolan Hurd answer with the first goal of Quad Cities with back-to-back goals to win this one in a final of 2-1 in the shootout round. We'll get a new webcast going for the varsity game coming up next as both those teams wait to take the ice for their opening warm-ups. So be sure to refresh the page and stay tuned here on the Mohawk Hockey Network. Once again, Mason City defeats Quad Cities in